All right. So I think we'll just jump in and get started. I wanted to welcome everyone and thank you for joining us today. This is our 4th year that we've organized this event where we're connecting younger professionals and students to professional organizations in the transportation industry. And this event is hosted by WTS, which I am a proud member of and happy to be a sponsor, and MTI. And we are supported by 14 organizations today who you're going to hear from. And we really thank you all for being here and helping in this effort to connect people to your organizations. Just a quick little tidbit about me. My name is Brandy Childress. I'm moderating our discussion today. I work for Kimley Horn. I've been here for 2 years after being in the public sector, working for the Valley Transportation Authority for over 22 years. I love transportation. I love being a part of not only the WTS community, but I'm also very much a part of the MTI community. I went through the master's program at Mineta many years ago, and then I became kind of full circle, came around to teach and become an adjunct professor of MTI. I taught the marketing communications class for a couple of years. So that was very rewarding. So that, me in a bit of a nutshell, but I am just glad that I still am very connected to the program and to Asha, who I'd like to introduce now, MTI's education director and also director of MTI's National Transportation Finance Center. Asha, please tell us a little bit about MTI.
Thank you, Brandy, for starting us off. And yes, MTI, along with WTS, has organized this event. And for those of you who don't know us, we are a university transportation center funded by the US DOT with also support from Caltrans and other organizations. And MTI actually leads 4 different competitively selected multi-university consortia, but all of them are focused on improving the mobility of people and goods. Our mission at MTI is to increase mobility for all with a focus on safety, efficiency, accessibility, and convenience. And we accomplish this through research, technology transfer, education, and workforce development. And I do want to just highlight one of our many workforce development activities, which, as Brandy alluded to, we offer an online graduate program in transportation management. Students join live Zoom classes, and we have people from across the country, and I like to say every corner of the transportation industry, public sector, private sector, rail, roadways. So if any of you are interested later, by all means, check out, and I'll put something into a chat with the link about that program. So again, on behalf of MTI, welcome, and let me turn it back to Brandy.
Amazing. Thank you, Asha. It's a pleasure to co-sponsor this with you. So a rundown of today. We are going to break this down into 2 sections. First, we have the slide deck where all the organizations will have a chance to give us a quick 2 to 3 minute overview of their organization and the benefits and why I think everybody's going to try to dazzle you with their organization, which is going to be great. We're not going to pit against each other because I want everybody to know there's room for everyone. So really listen to what fits you and what your career path might be. But there's also multiple paths. So keep that in mind when you're listening to folks. But we will also, just so you know, at the end, have time for a Q&A with the panelists. And they'll give us their best advice for joining the organization. We will be sending out the slides and recording after the event, so there's no need to take notes, just listen and take it all in. So with that, I'd like to jump right in to our first organization, and since we're sponsoring, we get to go first. WTS San Francisco Chapter President, Jasmine Mejia, please tell us a little bit about WTS, and welcome.
Thank you, Brandy, and thank you, Asha, for welcoming WTS. My name is Jasmine Mejia, and I am the current chapter president for the San Francisco Bay Area chapter. The mission of WTS is to advance the transportation industry to advance women's careers by strengthening the transportation industry. And we do this several ways. We offer a mentorship program that is available to all professionals. We have a students and younger members committee that engages students. And I do want to mention that memberships to students is free. And one of the key benefits of engaging with WTS is I think the most obvious one is really developing a strong network in the transportation community here in the Bay Area. But we also offer a lot of programs throughout the year that are technically focused or policy focused. So there's also a technical element as well to joining WTS. In addition, we host a women's leadership program that is also open to professionals that have 5 years of more of experience. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat for you to go ahead and take a look. But I highly encourage all of you to go ahead and register with WTS, get on the mail list. Brandy is our communications chair, and we have events throughout the Bay Area, and we oftentimes provide membership, not just membership, but attendance free to events that we host throughout the year. And here on this slide are the contact information for memberships if you have any questions, and the program contacts for the co-chairs of that committee. And we do have various different types of committees that really expands from programs and memberships all the way to scholarships and awards. So thank you for inviting me today, and I really do hope to have the opportunity to meet some of you in person at a future WTS event. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I think we are just going to keep moving into the next organization. So I will turn off my camera, and then folks, you just chime in as your slide pops up. Thanks. And if we don't have the American Council of Engineering online yet, that is quite all right. How about, do we have the American Planning Association, APA?
We do.
Hey, Michael. Nice. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Cass, and I am the current section director of the Northern California section of the American Planning Association. We cover all the way from the southern portion of Monterey County all the way up to the Oregon border, so we're quite a large area that we cover. Our organization has the mission of trying to create great communities that are accessible for everyone. And we exist to elevate and unite a diverse group of planning professionals and help to build communities, its leaders, and help residents anticipate and navigate change. We have a number of activities that we offer as part of APA California Northern Section, such as networking events. We also do and host an annual awards gala, which is typically held in the Bay Area. We also cover a wide variety of educational opportunities, which are predominantly in webinar virtual format to allow accessibility for all. Those cover a wide range of areas, but an emphasis on planning legislation, ethics, sustainability, and equity related issues. We offer a mentorship program that is really geared to have one-on-one coaching and mentoring for students and emerging professionals, where they get geared where they get peered with advanced professionals. We also have a program with campus liaisons at each of our universities in our section. We currently have representatives from UC Berkeley as well as San Jose State University. So would encourage you to connect with those individuals as well. Excitingly, we are also going to host an annual conference, which is open to planners throughout California. We'll be hosting that in Monterey next year. And we do have scholarships that are geared towards students to help you attend. So encourage you to be on the lookout for that. We also, in addition to scholarships available for attending the conference, we also have student scholarships to help you pay for your studies and get your advanced degrees. So I encourage you to look in that organization to help you pay for your education. Similar to the last speaker, our membership is free. So I encourage you to get involved with APA to take advantage of the various activities and programs that I just mentioned. I also, on the slide, have some information with contact information with appropriate individuals for you to contact. I would like to share, we have 2 upcoming events that I'd like you all to be aware of. So beginning tomorrow at the lunch hour, we do have a webinar on the lessons of housing protections and preservation. And we also in December have an annual party, which is a co-host party with AEP, which I believe is a speaker later today. And that is on December 11th. And you can get all of this information on these upcoming events on our website, which is norcalapa.org. Here to answer any questions at the end of today's presentations. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karita Ducree, and I'm the Vice President of Workforce Development and Educational Services with the American Public Transportation Association. Joining me to talk about APTA is Linda Gill Anderson, who's our Director of Membership. I'm going to just talk a little bit about APTA and also APTA's charitable foundation, and then I'll turn things over to Linda. But if you don't know who APTA is, we are a nonprofit international trade association. We have about 1,600 member organizations, and that's a little bit different from some of the other organizations that you're going to hear from today, because our memberships are by organization, not by individual. So I know that some of you who are listening in today are already in the workforce. If you work for an APTA member organization, then you are by default an APTA member. And that means you can create a logon and password on our website and take advantage of all of the resources that are available to APTA members. If you are a student, we have a student membership, and Linda's going to tell you that more information about that in just a few minutes. One of the things I like to share about APTA is that we represent all modes of public transit. So that's, bus, paratransit, rail, and ferries. A statistic that I love to share is that 90% of people in the United States and Canada who ride public transit systems are riding the system of an APTA member. We do a lot of great things, including advocacy for federal funding and policies. We have a research arm. I represent our workforce development department. So, of course, we do a lot of information sharing and education through conferences and committees and our workforce development programs. I'd love to just tell you a little bit also about our foundation. So the American Public Transportation Foundation is a part of our department, and we also offer scholarships just like WTS. I was proud to see that once you finish applying for a WTS scholarship, then the application period for APTF scholarships will probably be open. I'm guessing sometime in March or April of next year, if you're interested in that. Our scholarships range anywhere from $2,500 up to about $12,000. So it depends on the scholarship, and more information can be found on the foundation's website, which is aptfd.org. And I'll turn things over to Linda.
Great. Thank you, Karita, for all that you do for APTA and the industry. It's simply terrific working with you. Good afternoon. I'm proud to join you today and share the ways that you can build connections that count with an APTA student membership. Joining is easy. It's just $25 a year, and it more than pays for itself right away because you have access to the member directory. You can reach transit system C-suite executives and policy directors and everyone within the industry just by reviewing the membership directory. You have access to research and more. But the very best thing is, as an APTA student member, you can attend any and all of our conferences for free. Registration is usually about $1,000, and that's the early bird. So you can attend for free, and there is a tiered about $300 registration rate that includes all meals and some networking events. But to that end, we also, for our student members, we have a travel stipend program that helps deliver stipends to students who would like to attend our annual Transform conference that reaches about 3,000 transportation professionals. And in this past year, the average stipend was about $1,100. So it covered most hotel, airfare, that higher tiered registration, and more. So please take advantage of it. Another very exciting thing as an APTA student member is you can participate in our student writing challenge. You too can become published in Passenger Transport, a very prestigious transportation publication. So don't miss that. We're here to help you connect to the leaders that you need most. We know from our student members that jobs, and networking is the very most important thing. We have Zoom calls 4 times a year and student planning group meetings that help us plan student events for the annual conference. So what we do best is connect you to the industry and the leaders you most need to meet. My name is Linda, and I'm here to help you. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Raymond Hsu, and I am the Vice President and President-elect of the American Society of Civil Engineers in San Francisco. I am currently in the Younger Member Forum, or YMF, and today I'll be giving you a few minutes presentation about American Society of Civil Engineers. So we are a provider of technical and professional conferences and continuing education. We also are the world's largest publisher of civil engineering content. And if you are a civil engineer, you also might know us for the codes and standards that we develop on a regular basis to protect the public. So because the American Society of Civil Engineers is so large, it's actually the oldest national engineering society in the United States. And with that, we have a lot of regions. And within those regions, there are also what are called branch sections. Those are for members of 35 years or older. I am currently in the Younger Member Forum, which means it's for members 35 years and younger. However, I got started in ASCE in 2018 when I was a student at UC San Diego. And the reasons I joined, as well as the reason that I continue volunteering time outside of work now that I'm working, is to give back. So some of our activities include, but aren't limited to, student projects and scholarships, like previous orgs talked about. We also provide technical tours and presentations. Obviously, there are also professional development events for just in general networking. And then finally, the more fun things, we also have regular socials with both students and working professionals. So the easiest way to get involved is to visit our website. That is going to be sfymf.org. And that website is going to be for the more local one in the SF Bay Area. If you would like to see the closest a branch or YMF or student chapter near you, please visit the national website at asce.org/communities/student-members. So similar with a lot of organizations, membership is free for students, and this comes with a whole list of perks that includes being a part of your student orgs and getting free food for all of the general body meetings. That's one of the biggest reasons I joined ASCE to begin with, because it was always free food to look forward to as a student. As you move into a working professional, there is a annual membership fee of $133 a year or $266 a year if you are 29 years or older. So again, I am the vice president of the SFYMF section. If you are interested in another section such as the San Jose branch, which is closer to Mineta, or the Northern California branch. I think that's called the Santa Rosa branch. Please feel free to visit the national website. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Denton, the Director of Membership with the Association for Commuter Transportation, or as we normally go by ACT, as in active transportation. So the Association for Commuter Transportation is a multidisciplinary association that includes members such as large corporations like Google and LinkedIn, public agencies and authorities, colleges, university, metropolitan planning associations, service providers, consultants, and more. All of the things that we do are focused on transportation demand management. And I won't go into the long detail about TDM, but just to give you some examples of what transportation demand management is, it's everything including commuter benefits programs, trip planning and ride matching, technology related to those things, investments in bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure, van pool programs, high occupancy vehicles on highway lanes, plus marketing, outreach, education, behavior change related to all of these things. So our association is international. We do have a large contingency in Canada as well as throughout the United States, and some members in Europe. Our student memberships, we have actually changed this year. They are now free, and I will post a link in the chat in a bit about the memberships. You have immediate access to your local chapter once you join. And then we have councils and committees as well that you can get involved with. And the councils are focused on different aspects. So if you're interested in employer benefits or marketing and communications, we have a new micromobility group. There's a van pool council, there's a transit council. These are all really great opportunities to get engaged and network with others doing everything that all encompasses transportation demand management. So I will, in the slide there is an email address for Melissa Foley, who is the president of the Northern California chapter. A lot of you are based in the Northern California area, so she would be the person to reach out to. If not, you can go onto the ACT website and look at the different chapters to see what you might find. But other than that, I will go ahead and put the link in the chat and move on to the next person. Thank you.
All right, greetings, everyone. My name is Justin Montgomery. I am with COMTO, Conference of Minorities Transportation Officials. Hope you all can hear me. Can't really see myself right now, but I'm assuming I'm up on the screen. COMTO is a transportation-based organization. We represent and advocate for company and agencies in transportation. We had a longstanding and have a longstanding partnership with the Mineta Institute. Within our chapter, we do a ton of events similar to what other organizations has spoken about. We do panel discussions, we do networking events. We did a meeting with the primes where we brought in a lot of agency officials in which we discussed like opportunities and growth for getting awarding projects or work with those different agencies. We have general body meetings at least quarterly throughout the year, and we actually have awards gala coming up actually in December. Just speaking about that one, we give out a lot of scholarships every year. This past year or last year, we gave out $30,000 in scholarship money up to 9 students. This year, we're looking to do the same, if not more. Our scholarship program for this year did already conclude, but it opens up around March next year to apply for scholarships for 2025. This year, I'm pretty sure, just like other years, we've had at least 2 students from the Mineta Institute that was awarded. They should have received their notices last week. I am on that scholarship review committee. So I do want to encourage you all to apply. In order to apply, you do have to be a member of our chapter. Our student memberships are free. As of last year, you do not have to pay a fine or anything or a fee in order to become a member of COMTO. So please join. Go to our website, check it out. Once you do join, you will be assigned our Northern California chapter. I am also the membership chair and part of the scholarship committee. So I will personally receive your information once you do sign up, and we'll reach out to you. Aside from that, we do have a national scholarship program that is still open till the end of December. Last year, I know another member from the Mineta Institute received one of those scholarships. So please, apply. You have a really good chance. On top of that, we do have an intern program that we do have as well. So outside of the scholarship opportunities, if you're looking for summer internships for the summer, you can also check those out on our website as well. And then we just started a young professional and student committee this past year. I'm one of the co-chairs, but June is the lead. And we ideally are doing events. At least we try to do one every other month where we bring all the students and young professionals together. It's a free event always. We have food and other like drinks and stuff. And we kind of just plan out other events we want to do throughout the year. We do professional like networking, but also like trainings and stuff like that. So you can get engaged with the chapter and also get to know other peers around the same age. With that, I do want to say it is very paramount that you guys join different organizations. If not this one, then the other organizations present. It really helps you get well known within the industry and helps boost you and propel you inside your career faster. But with that, my information is on here too. So feel free to reach out to me after this presentation. All right. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joseph Faria Pointer. I'm currently the Student Outreach Chair for the San Francisco Bay ITE section, and I'm also the Vice President of San Jose State's chapter, which we just kind of brought back up and running. So ITE is an organization tailored to transportation professionals and students. It's not just an engineering organization. I was actually introduced into ITE by several planners at UC Irvine, where I first started. So ITE offers several conferences shown up here. This year we have our annual meeting in Long Beach in the summer. We have several technical webinars coming up, and our Student Leadership Summit is in UCLA this year, and that's going to be in February. So we also offer a number of professional development opportunities, technical literature and publications such as the trip generation manual and the parking generation manual. And some of our professional development and certification opportunities consist of leadership ITE. We have the PTP certification, the professional transportation operations engineer, the PTOE as well. Several of those opportunities for continuing education. And membership is free for students. We have a lot of scholarship opportunities. You check out our website. And then for professionals, we have increasing membership fees starting at $30 per year at the age of 22. And then it slowly increases after that. But as of right now, all students are still free. Yeah, like I said, I'm the VP of San Jose State's chapter. So if anybody, I know there are San Jose State students in here, so if anybody is interested, engineering or not, anything related to transportation, you are encouraged to join. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is below, or check out if you are a graduate, a professional, or a student elsewhere. Feel free to check out the section level or the Western District or just the international level in the websites below. And for anybody that is in Oakland or in the SF Bay area, we do have a meeting tomorrow actually that's going to be in person in Oakland, hosted by us and OakDOT, and they're going to be talking about complete streets. So yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cristina Villarreal. I'm the Executive Director for Latinos in Transit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are a national organization that is spanning out into international boundaries. We now have membership in Canada. Currently, we represent 41 states throughout the United States and 2 regions within Canada. Our membership is growing very, very quickly. Our mission is to promote the advancement of Latinos and other minorities into executive C-suite positions within public transportation. Most of our programming is what I would call very equitable. We are a 501c3, meaning we are a national nonprofit that was incorporated for the purpose of charitable purposes. So a lot of the information and the programs that we put out there are at a nominal cost. Right now, we do have a $50 rate for students and recent graduates to become members. But as of 2025, if you check back on our website, that student membership will be free. After that, individual memberships do start at $100. Part of our free programming does consist of Café con Lit, which is virtual meetings that we host every 3rd Friday of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we have different industry leaders that are featured on Café con Lit. That is free. I would recommend that you all visit our website and subscribe to our newsletters so that you can get those invites to those sessions. They're very informative, and they also help you meet the individuals that are currently recruiting within public transportation. Other ways to get involved are through our other virtual events. We also do host an annual conference. This year, it'll be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Currently, I'm actually at a conference in San Jose at the California Transit Association. So if any of you all are volunteering here, but please stop me if you do see me. Again, my name is Cristina, and I'd be happy to introduce you to some people. We are very big on mentorship, and we will be initiating a membership program in 2025 as well. Also, we do give out scholarships. Last year, actually in 2024, we gave out $40,000 in scholarships. 2025, we're looking to give out scholarships in the range of $80,000. I would say that if you are pursuing a degree within public transportation, that you at least subscribe to our newsletter so that we can help connect you to the right people to connect you within the industry to help advance your career. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me directly. You can find my information on our website at latinosintransit.org. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Russo, Executive Director of NACTO, the National Association of City Transportation Officials. I'm talking to you from Brooklyn, New York, on some transportation infrastructure with a bike share bike behind me, and it's emblematic of the work we do. Happen to be in transit here at 3:30 p.m. on the East Coast. So NACTO was formed to exchange transportation ideas, insights, and practices to cooperatively approach national transportation issues. So NACTO members are city transportation agencies. You heard one mentioned previously by our friends at ITE, OCDOT. So city departments of transportation are the members. So like a couple of the other guests here, we do not have individual membership. Our government agencies, of which there are 100, 11 of which are transit agencies. The other 89 are city departments of transportation that are in charge of the streets, sidewalks, stop signs, traffic signals, crosswalk markings, bike lanes of the cities around the country. NACTO helps those cities create community and connection and to elevate the best practices that they develop. NACTO publishes design guides and policy papers. Encourage you to check out on the NACTO website our urban bikeway design guide, our street design guide, and the other publications that we have put out that elevate best practices so that bike paths and bike share programs like you see behind me can get filled and proliferate in our cities. We've helped cities accelerate the development of their bicycle networks. So to get involved, we also put on an annual transportation conference. It's called the Designing Cities Conference. It's very much focused on how to create vibrant cities through transportation policy and design. So just lastly, I want to thank thank WTS and MTI for the invitation today, and want to put a +1 to Asha's suggestion that you look into the transportation management program at MTI. I've spoken at it, and it's wonderful. So thanks for having me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Claire Randall, and I'm with the Transportation Research Board in Washington, D.C. The Transportation Research Board is one of the 7 research councils of the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. The National Academies is a nonprofit organization, and we were created by President Lincoln, and we're tasked with providing independent policy advice to the nation. The mission of TRB is to mobilize expertise, experience, and knowledge to anticipate and solve complex transportation-related challenges. TRB's convening, researching, and advising activities are conducted by its 3 divisions. The Technical Activities Division, the one in which I work, convenes 177 standing technical committees to promote innovation and progress in transportation through research and information exchange by identifying needed research and research in progress and disseminating completed research results. Each of the 177 standing committees focuses on a different issue in transportation, from pavements to bridges, data and planning, to rail and aviation. Our Consensus and Advisory Studies Division conducts in-house studies on complex and controversial transportation issues at the request of Congress, federal agencies, states, and other sponsors. Studies address safety, economic, environmental, energy, and research policy issues for all modes of transportation. TRB promotes innovation and progress in transportation through research projects managed by our cooperative research programs. TRB has 4 active programs: the National Cooperative Highway CRP, the Airport CRP, the Behavioral Traffic Safety CRP, and the Transit CRP. Over 100 new projects are selected every year. Our motto is everyone interested is invited, and we have no membership fee to participate. There are many opportunities in which you can participate in TRB. You can join one of our 177 standing committees. You could submit a problem statement. You could nominate yourself to participate on one of our CRP panels. You could submit a paper for presentation at, or even attend our annual TRB annual meeting, which is held every January in Washington, D.C. You could submit an abstract for presentation or attend one of our smaller TRB convened conferences, which are held throughout the country every year. You could attend one of our 100+ webinars that we hold every year, or you could read one of our publications, including the Transportation Research Record, the Journal of the TRB, and our many consensus and CRP reports. At a minimum, I encourage you to create a profile at mytrb.org. Thank you. And to sign up to receive the TRB Weekly, which is our weekly newsletter, and you can keep yourself up to date with all of the upcoming opportunities to participate in TRB. We're a large organization and rather complex, so if you need help navigating TRB, please reach out and I'll get you where you need to go. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andy Coons with the U.S. High-Speed Rail Association. Our mission is to build widespread public, business, and political support for a major federal investment in America's national high-speed rail network. High-speed rail is the green transport solution that we're promoting. So we're a nonprofit organization. We have a trade association. We have corporate members and also student and retiree members. Our members include all the big firms involved in developing high-speed rail, from big engineering firms, big construction companies, the operators that are delivering the projects, private sector groups, public sector groups, as well as the long line of consultants for this industry, and many of them are from around the world, who have high-speed rail in their country and are coming here with their expertise to share with us as we get started on this. So as many of you know, we don't have any high-speed rail yet. We have two big projects under construction. They're the first two. One's right there in your state in California, and the second one is under construction between Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So those are the first two big starting projects, and we're starting with a bang with two really big ones, big expensive projects, but they're going to really make the case for high-speed rail in America and be the first trains, 200-mile-an-hour plus trains that people will get to experience on our soil here. You can experience this in Europe and in Asia, but nowhere in America yet. So ways to get involved. Students can attend our annual conference for free by volunteering. You can sign up for our newsletter. It goes out every week. That's also free. And that includes industry updates, news, new funding, policy papers, whatever is pertinent to the high-speed rail space. We put in our newsletters. On our website, you can also view for free conference videos from all of our past conferences. You can check out reports, news articles, all sorts of things like that. You can learn about high-speed rail, the industry, the projects, the leading companies, key personnel. And this report I'm putting in the chat is one we just recently sent out. It was a project launch guide. Let me make sure I get this sent here. There it is. It's a project launch guide for advocates to start a project and advance a project. So it's a lot of really good information. We basically worked with a lot of our members and companies who've done this already and was able to put together a great report. And as I said, student memberships are available for current students as well as recent graduates. Our website is listed there if you want to see more, and we're happy to, have any of you reach out to us if you want to get involved in high-speed rail, and we can try to help direct you to potential internships at companies and, our member companies. So thank you for your time.
Hi everyone, my name is Imogen Runabat. I use she, her pronouns. I'm also the chair for the San Francisco Bay Area chapter of Young Professionals in Transportation, otherwise known as YPT. YPT is an international nonprofit organization and has the core mission of supporting young professionals, which includes those near the beginning of their careers or making the transition to the transportation industry, or students. We also welcome anyone interested in the organization to our events. And then we support these young professionals by hosting various events year-round. We offer many networking opportunities among young professionals in the form of social events, regular happy hours, field trips, bike rides, and more to cultivate the future leaders of the industry. Our goal is to allow early professionals to receive career guidance with their fellow peers in relaxed settings, and those peers don't have to be at their exact level. There's a couple of years, plus or minus their level, which allows them to receive guidance and also give guidance. I'll be passing the mic to Cade, also from YPT.
Hi, thanks, Imogen. My name is Cade Luongo. I'm also on the YPT board in the San Francisco Bay Area, serving as the secretary this year. Some recent events we've done include we did a bike ride from along Valencia Street in San Francisco all the way up to Land's End, and that was a really fun event. We also did a tour of the Salesforce Transit Center with the Transbay Joint Powers Authority. We were able to actually go into the future station area, so that was really cool. And we also did a mentorship mix earlier this year, targeted really to our events are open to anyone. We invited students, young professionals, and more experienced professionals as well to kind of share experience and give guidance on multiple levels. Event we have coming up is on Thursday, December 5th. We're putting together a ferry ride from Oakland to San Francisco. And we're going to, there's a First Thursdays event in San Francisco close to the ferry building. So it'll be a fun ride on the ferry. And then also the past couple years we've done transportation trivia nights during Transit Month in the Bay Area. Those have been really fun. We try to puzzle people, but I think should switch up the questions a little bit. But we really pride ourselves on being like a space for people to just build community within the industry, without any sort of, we just want to be there for people. And we want to host the kinds of events that people are interested in, and we're always open to feedback. And it's $20 a year to become a member, but a lot of our events are just open to anyone. So don't let that stop you. We have we post our events regularly on the Instagram. Our Instagram page is a QR code that you see on there, both to become a member and to link you to our Instagram. Thank you.
Fantastic. First of all, I want to thank all of our participants for joining, but definitely our panelists for being here today. Some are even syndicating from the streets. Ryan, you're out there. Please turn on your cameras, because I would really like now for everyone to be able to answer questions. Those of you listening in, if you want to ask a question in the chat, there's already a bunch of stuff there. There's lots of links, there's lots of resources, but I did want to start to ask our panelists a couple of questions. You can answer one, maybe not both, depending on how much time we have. But the two questions I think that our folks would really like to know is, how you first really got involved. Some of you answered it. So you can choose to answer that one, or because we're all here today, like I said, we're not trying to compete, but how do you wade through all of these organizations? How do you get more involved in the one or two that you really want to be excited about? The one question I did want to answer is how I got involved first. It really takes, I love that Joseph even said a couple of students got him connected. I had a person at work that knew that I was very passionate about, public speaking and getting involved. I'm a connector. And she was like, you really should come to one of our WTS events. I think you'll find it really rewarding. It's a great network. And I went and I was hooked, and then I wanted to volunteer. And I think that's a big thing that we also, all of our organizations, this is all volunteer power. I don't think any of us are getting paid for these roles. Maybe a couple, but I don't think so. So it's volunteer work. I started to volunteer for programs that we were putting on, and then I became the South Bay program chair, because for WTS, most of the programs were happening in Oakland and San Francisco. And I'm in San Jose, and I don't want to go to San Francisco every time there's a program. So we started hosting events in the South Bay and really grew a great network of people and programs and opportunities. And then, 20 years later, after being a member, I'm the communications chair. So it's just, again, very rewarding. The network is amazing. And the one piece of advice I would offer for all of us is, anytime you're going to an event or a program, bring a +1. Find somebody in your office that would really benefit from this and is interested in getting more involved. So I'll stop there. Who else would like to raise their hand to talk about how you got involved or how you filter through all of these different opportunities? Who goes first? Who wants to go first? Michael, I think I see your hand raised. Go for it.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon again, everyone. So I think everyone has a different path, and I think the best thing that I would recommend is get involved to the level that you have availability and find what works best for you. So personally, for me, my first involvement with APA was attending a local event. I went with a friend. We did it as a chance to meet planners and to network. We were both actually preparing the process to look for a new job, and we wanted to network. That led to meeting some really interesting people, creating great friendships, and eventually volunteered, creating events on the small local scale, which has led to future roles and involvement within APA. But again, I think it's finding what works best for you with whatever bandwidth you actually have. But it has opened up huge opportunities. And so I would encourage you to get involved in one or multiple of these organizations.
I very much appreciate that message about your capacity and the fit and all of those things. I think it's really important. So thank you for sharing that. Linda, please go.
Thank you so much. I made a pivot in my career. I had a long award-winning career in media. And when I wanted to get off the road and stop traveling to New York and other places and be in the Washington area, I knew that associations would fulfill a number of my needs and specifically passions. And so joining the ASAE Association allowed me to connect in ways that I wouldn't have been able to on my own. So at the beginning of your career or mid-career with a pivot, associations matter. They are the connector divas for you. And so please take advantage of them, raise your hand, volunteer, just an hour or two a month. And next thing you know, you've got a broad network to support you for a very long time. Highly recommended. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. I'm stealing that word, connector divas. That's what I am. Thank you for that. Andy.
So my recommendation would be to sort through all these organizations and pick the one that you like the most, that excites you the most. And if you find a career in an area that you really like and are happy, you'll be happy your whole life and you'll be successful. So that would be my number one recommendation. Align yourself with work that will make you happy. And then, what the other said, I agree with that. Go to events, have business cards printed, have your resumes ready in your pocket, with your goals, what type of work you want. Go to as many events as you can, shake hands, talk to people, pull out your resume, hand it to people. That's the best way to really get involved and, talk to leaders in the industry. When you go to conferences, talk to the people who are up on stage giving the presentations. They're the ones who are, leaders in the field, and they're usually pretty open and helpful. They usually are happy to talk to young people and happy to give advice and help people, get your career launched, because they remember back when they were starting out and somebody else helped them. And so you sort of pass it on to the next generation. So that's probably some of my best advice.
Thank you so much for that. I couldn't agree with you more. I do have a question. I think it did get answered in the chat, but someone would like to know if there are various scholarship opportunities available to international students as well, or non-U.S. citizen. So is there, I think John at ITE mentioned there's some scholarships. Is there anyone else that has a number of scholarship opportunities for international students? See a lot of head shaking. Yeses. So please, if so, drop those in the chat. Ryan, I saw your hand raised earlier. You want to say something?
Sure. Yeah, we don't have scholarship opportunities at NACTO, but I did want to just, again, because the workers at city agencies are our members and become part of our professional community. I just want to put a plug in for public service at the local government level. Local governments are our members, and I've had a very rewarding career in local government. You provide the direct services, you make streets safer, intersections safer, you provide the local transportation services. In this era where trust between communities and government has been eroding, finding your way into local government is very rewarding. There are things like civil service lists and tests, so go to our member websites and look for job opportunities and network with people in these professional forums who are working in direct local government service.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for that. I'm glad you mentioned, career opportunities. Do folks here, do you guys have a career wall or anything like that where you're listing job opportunities as well? WTS definitely has one. I can pop that into the chat. And we also, we welcome any corporate agency, public sector to send us their job postings so we can help connect people to opportunities. Andy.
The other thing I would recommend too, and this kind of goes against my advice from my mother when I was growing up, is she always said, get a good job and stay there. And I would actually recommend the opposite when you're starting out. Actually change jobs a few times and experience the different angles of the transportation profession. That's the best way to find which you will like the most and which you will want to spend many decades in. So, work for a public sector planning agency, then go work for a private sector engineering firm, then go work for a construction company, then, that kind of idea. Do that for our first few years when you're getting started out, and then you can sort of really you can't get that kind of experience from college or from people telling you about it or from attending an event. You've got to actually work in the different spaces to really see what they're like day to day. And that's a great way to sort of, then you can know you've tested a number of things and then you know where you want to go.
Andy, I think you and I had the same mother. And I stayed in my job for 22 years on the public sector side until I decided that it was my turn to do something different. I think, is Linda leaving? Bye, Linda. Thank you. But yes, there's also, I did experience, because I went through the MTI program. I also tried to do something about, I would say every 2 to 3 years, I went through the APTA leadership program. I did a very local leadership program here called the Leadership San Jose. So anytime there was an opportunity to expand into other networks, I did the WTS Executive Leadership Program. So there's all of these ways that's where you do find yourself meeting new people, meeting new opportunities, and being ready for those. I think we are at time. And I, again, really want to thank you all for spending your hour with us. I hope you found it rewarding as much as I did, and it'll be posted to the website, I think. Is that correct, Alvarina?
Yes.
Post it somewhere. Okay, cool. Good. Thank you all again. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.